Why Ole Miss, Tre?
I just felt like it was the best place for me, best fit. And once I got there, I'm a big family guy, and they showed me, like, first off and foremost that they're a family. And I mean, a lot of schools do speak of family, and I truly think that Ole Miss was really a big family. So I felt it was probably the most comfortable place for me.
Starting last spring, you had over 53 offers, 55 offers. What was the deciding factors that narrowed it down to Ole Miss for you?
I would say ultimately it became which schools I'm most comfortable with, and that ended up being how I got my top 10. And then once I got my top 10, I just, of course, visited each one of the schools individually, and I just felt which place I fit in the best with, which coaches I had the best relationships with. I would say the biggest thing for me was just when I was actually on campus, how I fit in, how I felt on campus, and that's when Penn State and Georgia kind of rose to the top, because those two schools I visited a lot, and on those two schools is where I felt really comfortable on the campus. And ultimately, Ole Miss I only visited one time, and when I did visit, I think it was only for about 4 or 5 hours, so we didn't really get that good of a feel. Not bad feeling, but we didn't get like that long stay. So once we came back on the official visit, I mean, I just felt great about everything.
Coaching staff at Ole Miss, how much of a factor? Obviously a big one, but tell me about Hugh Freeze and some of the coaches that were an influence on you.
I mean, they're all great guys. I mean, that's one thing that I did look into. I mean, all of them really respectable guys, down-to-earth people, and ultimately Grant Hurd, I mean, I have a great relationship with him, and Coach Freeze just always from the get-go showed me that they've always cared about me, always trustworthy and everything. So I mean, they always believed in me too. So
when you look at your game, taking it to the next level, what do you need to improve on?
I would say one big thing I need to improve on is just my strength and overall just power. I would say, like, God has blessed me with speed, so that's pretty much my trademark. But one thing I do need to improve on is just my overall strength, because I do know when you get to the SEC, a lot of like to play man, press up man. So that's one thing I'm gonna have to work on when I move forward.
Tell me about the SEC. What about it are you excited about?
My biggest thing for me is I have to get adjusted to the speed. I mean, it was the same thing with coming from Little League football to high school too. The biggest thing for me was adjust to the speed. But once I got the speed down, everything just came naturally for me. A lot of speed. I mean, I'm definitely going to bring speed and a vertical threat to the offense, and just have a great time.
You know, he's a great, not just football, but just a great young man. As far as if you asked, here, build me a student athlete, I mean, Tre would be about as close as you could come. You know, he's good in the classroom, he's polite, he's respectable. Football speaks for itself, but the off the field stuff that people don't get to see day in and day out is what impresses you the most about.
What are some of the things as you were down there visiting at Ole Miss hammered in, they made sure you knew before you left?
I would say the biggest thing for them was family. I mean, that's one thing that, like, they basically like pretty much everybody, because they're a big family and they really care about you. And I would say besides that, their offense, I mean, it just speaks for themselves. I think it was 6 receivers with 30+ catches throughout the season. So I mean, just coming in knowing that if you make that top 6 role in that rotation, you're gonna get your fair share of catches. So, you know, I mean, I'm excited to get up there in Oxford. I mean, be a part of the family. I'm excited to bring, I mean, my element of speed to the offense, and of course just meet all the new faces I'm gonna meet, and pretty much just hotty toddy.